To avoid being bothered by wild predators, they built their shelter dozens of meters above the ground. Aside from enjoying an unbeatable view, the living quality up there was absolutely top tier. As the saying goes, if you want to live somewhere you must build the road first, and to climb the tree and set up the house, building a few steps was naturally unavoidable. The two brothers first cleared away branches that got in the way, then carried out some testing, and after discussing they concluded that the Y-shaped fort before them was perfect, solid, and trustworthy like an old hound. After surveying the terrain they moved like acrobats and began the real construction. First they pulled up a straight 20-meter log. To improve weight support the guy cleverly used one side of the trunk as a load-bearing part. After a series of operations the ladder quickly gained its connecting bar. To be fair, the project was indeed massive, and it required a lot of professional expertise. For safety's sake I must say this, do not imitate professional actions. Chatting away, the brothers prepared a pile of planks. The thick cuts fit perfectly with the support bars, ensuring every step they took was as steady as a veteran dog. This step wasn't too hard. It even gave that feeling of I could do this too. As soon as the last plank was secured, the two successfully reached the top. Seeing how briskly they climbed, it really made you wonder if they weren't afraid of bruises, of course. They were, so the good brother promptly installed a handrail. With that added, going up and down became much safer. To be fair, their safety awareness was quite strong. Even the handrails were reinforced with 2 layers. Just a few simple moves effectively prevented 99% of accidents. With everything ready, they immediately got to work on the tree itself, continuing to assemble the wooden ladder along the trunk, then raising the uneven parts. As we all know, if you want to build a house, the foundation at the very least must be level. Only with a flat base can you live comfortably and peacefully. This step wasn't actually difficult. The only issue was how to secure those thick logs. The guy's method was pretty unique. Slowly tightening the ropes and fastening them did the job. Theoretically, this method was highly stable and reliable. After finishing the first support pillar, they moved on to constructing the second platform. There was no fixed formula, everything was improvised. This not only tested their building skill, but also forced them to constantly watch out for bruises. Luckily, the two brothers had practiced for 2.5 years. The platform frame they completed was top quality. Next, all they had to do was lay the flooring bit by bit, and then they could boldly proceed to build the house. This story teaches us that with enough preparation early on, your advantage becomes huge, even if you're dozens of meters above the ground. As long as you don't look down, it still feels like solid ground. Don't forget to install the railing. After all, it's a drop of several dozen meters. There's no room for carelessness. To add layers to the design, the railing came in contrasting colors, making the view more visually striking. Although the area wasn't large, the sense of style definitely had to be on point, excluding the deck's open area. The remaining space was the living section, small indeed, but if they squeezed a little it should still work. Though it did start to look kind of like a doghouse. Anyway, as long as the two brothers are happy, who are we to judge? Would you dare to live in such a tiny house perched dozens of meters up at the top of a tree?